Good evening, everyone, and welcome to KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports. This is Skyridge Basketball and Game Night Live Rewind, and tonight from Skyridge High School here in Lehi, Utah. It's going to be a good one, folks. Another Friday night and another good showdown coming up here on the Game Night Live Rewind Network. Tonight's game features the Skyridge Falcons welcoming in the Corner Canyon Chargers. And we cannot be more excited to bring it to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Alex Amrine, making his 2022 calendar debut tonight. I'm Alexander Tumulip. Alex, I know it's only 22 or 23 or however many days late it is, but a belated Happy New Year to you and welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Likewise, Alex. It's a pleasure to be aside to you again, once more calling basketball. It's been a little bit since we last called, but last time we were out, we had a great game. Hopefully just some chemistry between us. We can get some more good high school basketball going.
Hey, hopefully that will be the case tonight, Alex. And as you said, the last time, if you want to put it down in your calendar, folks, Amrine and I worked together. It was December 11, 2021, between Olympus and Davis in the Northern Utah Shootout Championship. And tonight, Alex, I think tonight is going to be another one of those instant classic, quote-unquote, kind of looking forward to matchups, because these are two teams that have been at odds for a couple of years now. Now they're meeting together on the court for the first time this season.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game, and both teams are having pretty good seasons. Skyridge obviously has had a bit more success as of late. They're coming off of a 5-game win streak. Corner Canyon, on the other hand, trying to break a 2-game losing streak. We're going to talk a little bit more about their last games, how they went. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they come out and play here on the court tonight after their games on Tuesday.
And as we just mentioned, the games on Tuesday, Skyridge coming off an impressive victory against Lone Peak. Obviously, their 12-point lead at halftime got trimmed down to 4 with just under 3 minutes to go in the game, but they eventually took over. Using one of the keys to the game that we're looking at tonight for Skyridge is to use their size to their advantage, because they do have quite a bit, Alex Amrine.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at some of their stars, we got Josh Davis at 6'4", Kenyon Snoddy at 6'3", Colby Carter at 6'4", and of course, Bryce and Bailey towers at 6'9". We were down on the court talking to their coach. This guy just walked out and I was like, oh my goodness, this guy's a college level player. He doesn't actually play for them, right? No, he does. 6'9". I'm really excited to see how he goes up against Farrell on the other side of the ball, who stands at 6'8". They're going to need to push it into the paint tonight, give it to Bailey. He scored a lot of points getting these little dink and dunk passes. That's what they're going to want to do. Just don't do anything flashy. Just play some simple basketball underneath the hoop.
As Skyridge gets introduced to that familiar song, Amrine, of Sandstorm by Darude here, fitting that we're in the desert out here in Utah. On the other side for Corner Canyon, as you said, 2-game losing streak. They had 2 losses by a combined 6 points, but their last 2 losses have been by a combined 23 points. And one of the things that was a little bit lacking in those 2 losses, their defense, not normally as aggressive that it normally was, and that's going to have to be the case tonight for them to stay close as part of their keys to the game.
No, and that's one of the things that can happen sometimes. Sometimes that defensive mindset can kind of wear off. That's something that as a coach you need to instill as your players as the season goes on. I'm sure their coach recognized it if we did. I'm sure it's going to be a lot better. But, you know, just looking at the game footage, they got down, 23 to 5 at the end of the first quarter. Of course, they cut into that lead and made it a closer game by the end, but you can't get behind by 18 points in the first quarter. Your players are going to be gassed and are unable to make a comeback of that margin in the second half.
Well, we'll see what happens tonight, if anything's any different. And now here's Jaden Farrell against Bryce and Bailey in the post at an early offensive foul called against Jaden Farrell just 12 seconds into the game. And that's going to be one of the matchups we're going to be watching all night, Alex Amrine.
Yeah, I was excited for that one. I got it, 20 seconds in? Yeah, it's great.
Here's Colby Carter out front, gives to Bailey. Here's Nick Holland. Holland into the post, trying to lob it. I think he was trying to lob it to Bailey, and it got knocked out of bounds by Farrell. It will stay here with the Falcons.
Yeah, Farrell's going to be that main guy underneath the paint who's going to want to stop that easy game underneath. Skyridge had plenty of threes in their last game. I believe they have 3 players that are over 25 three-pointers. And so it'll be interesting to see if those 3 can start making those threes if they get denied in the paint.
And early on, here you go. Here's Bailey against Farrell. Underneath, off the baseline, and the lay-in by Kenyon Snoddy. And an early 2-0 lead for Skyridge with 7:15 to go here in the first.
And that Snoddy now has 91 points on the season. Pretty good season for him so far.
Here comes Nick Holland across the timeline. Gets the flyby. That shot blocked by Farrell. Here comes Toombs the other way. Toombs drives down, gets it stripped from behind, and will stay here with Skyridge. 6:55 to go, or rather Corner Canyon, 6:55 left to go here in the first quarter. Farrell matched up against Bailey in the corner. Here's Tyler Burriston. Into the block, Brody Kozlowski. Matched up against Carter, kick out, Burriston wide open for three. No good, and the rebound is taken there by Davis. 6.5 to go, first quarter, just underway. 2-0 in favor of the Falcons, who come in at 11-2, 3-0 in the region. There's a good cut to the basket and the lay-in there by Colby Carter. It's 4-0 in favor of Skyridge.
Well, very similar score to the first one that Skyridge got. We'll have to see if they're going to make some assignments for Farrell, some different changes, because they don't want to fall behind as they did last time they played.
Carter dribbles it off his foot, and now numbers coming the other way. Jackson Roberts, Euro step, left-handed scoop up and in. And that's an excellent answer back after this energetic start there by Skyridge. It's 4-2, Alex Amrine.
Yeah, that was a good play right there. I was wondering if he was going to dish the ball out to Max Toombs, who's averaging about 20 points per game. But good job with the misdirection on the Euro step, getting the easy layup to make it a bit closer game.
Into the corner, Holland wide open for three. Off the back rim, off the backboard, and the rebound comes down to Ty Burriston. Burriston off the screen there from Farrell, drives down. He is blocked but held on the arm there by Kenyon Snowdy.
Yeah, surprisingly, not a lot of Skyridge fans happy with that call. You know, it's hard to see from up here. I could see it going really both ways. We'll see if he makes these free throws right here, and then the Skyridge fans really have something to be upset about.
Yeah, we're right in front of that pretty vocal student section here, Amrine, for Skyridge. It's pretty close. It's pretty close to where our broadcast position is, and if it gets loud tonight, probably people will know why.
Yeah, I thought last time was loud, but we had the student section across from us. Now they're right in front. I can barely hear myself talk.
Burriston goes 1 for 2. It's 4-3 in favor of Skyridge. 5:22 left to go here in the first. Bailey out front against Kozlowski. Corner three for Colby Carter. And meanwhile, the other way, Kozlowski goes up and lays it in. It's 7-5 in favor of Skyridge. And we were talking with Jeff Gardner before the game there, Amrine, that they cannot afford to get into a track meet against these Corner Canyon Chargers because there are a lot of athletes on the floor tonight.
Well, that was the point I was just going to make. It looks like they're just running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This game could come down to not just basketball skills, who has better endurance.
Yeah, definitely. These are two of the highest scoring teams that we'll probably see this year. Has a swing out to the corner. Carter, another three. Knocks it down. That's two already for Colby Carter. And it's 10-5 in favor of Skyridge.
That's the third time this quarter they dish it out to Carter on that baseline for the three. He's 2 for 3 now. Keep on going to him. He looks like he's getting a hot streak going.
Holland out, back into the corner. Davis wide open. Too strong off the back rim. Farrell tips it and Burriston gets the rebound. Here comes Max Toombs. Ty Neibauer getting set to check in here for Corner Canyon. Under 4 left to go here in the first. Cross-court swing. Farrell at the three-point line. Drives down. Lost it, but got it to Toombs. Here's Kozlowski. Roberts spins in the paint. Puts it up. Traveling violation.
That's a good call right there, and it's kind of sloppy play all around. We saw the ball almost got away from Farrell. Max Toombs was able to haul it in. Still, just the traveling. It's just messy basketball.
And that's one of the things that Jeff Gardner also talked to us about, Amrine, coming into the game, is that they're going to have to make Corner Canyon play against their defense. They're doing so early on, but like we saw, the quick transition points is what's going to get them alive and well here in the game. Now it's the Chargers' turn on defense. They've deflected a couple passes, and now Jeff Gardner comes out from his coaching box to signal out the play. 3:10 to go, 10-5 in favor of Skyridge. Into the block, Bailey all the way in.
I don't know what that assignment was that the coach was calling out, but as soon as he called something out, we saw Bryce and Bailey looking for open passes. They were going to him underneath. They were able to utilize his height right there.
That three short there from Jackson Roberts. Here's Carter. Carter against Ty Neibauer. Now he'll back it out and start the offense as Jeff Gardner, as ever, comes out.
Yeah, this is the disciplined basketball team. We were talking to him before the game. They're on a 5-game win streak. I asked him, just out of curiosity, how do you keep your players' mindset in this game right now? Because sometimes you might get ahead of yourself like, oh man, we got to keep this win streak going. But just game by game, they're a disciplined team. They listen to their coach. That's what makes them a good team.
It's almost kind of like you said, well, last month we were doing Olympus against Davis. It's like, do your job, right?
It's all about do your job. It's that New England Patriots mantra. Sorry if I'm getting my Patriots in here.
I don't think I mind that much. Here's Max Toombs, cut into the basket. That's his first bucket of the game. And it's a 12-7 game with 2 minutes to go. Another three on the way for Holland. That's short. Bailey up high for the rebound. Goes in, jump hook in the lane. He leaves it short. Toombs gets the rebound. And great long toss ahead to thread the needle, but Neibauer was cut off there. Back to Toombs, open three, left it short. And back the other way comes Nick Holland.
Now, I think one of the real questions is going to see which coach called a timeout first as they're concerned for their players' stamina.
It has been a back-and-forth first quarter, to say the least, Alex Amrine. 90 seconds left here in the first. Here's another three for Kenyon Snowden. Knocks it down. The third three of the quarter for the Skyridge Falcons, as we're going to get another foul here. It'll be whistled against Kenyon Snowdy.
Yeah, once again, it's another one of those toss-up calls. It really just comes down to those officials who are right there who see it better than us.
As Neibauer goes to the line. First shot on the way is good. And now some subs coming in here for Skyridge. We have Mason Hunter, Colin Sheffield, and Tate Mansfield coming in here. So three already out. So to your point there, Alex Amrine, it looks like Jeff Gardner's going to be the first one to go to the bench here.
Yeah, players are going to get a lot of playing time tonight as they're going to want to conserve their energy. You don't want anyone getting hurt in a game like this, It's still pretty decently early on in the season. This is a regional game, so obviously you want to get the win, but, don't risk an injury that could potentially hurt the whole team.
Mansfield in the corner, guarded by Neibauer. 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. 15-9 in favor of Skyridge. Holland goes down, scoop up, that doesn't go. Slapped out, Mansfield trying to get to it. Sheffield gets the rebound, back out it comes, and a reset of the possession. I almost said reset the shot clock, but that's not till next year.
Not till next year, and we talked about that with the coach.
Yeah. Nice lob, and the finish there from Bryce and Bailey. 17-9 in favor of Skyridge. Bailey now has 4. Here's Neibauer in the corner, matched up against the aforementioned Bailey. And we're going to get a foul against Mansfield away from the basketball with 20.2 seconds left here in the first.
And what a great play right there by Bryce and Bailey. That just comes down to team chemistry. Knowing how your teammates play, knowing where they want the ball, kind of their tendencies. That's obviously something that they practiced for. We saw it perfected right there out on the court on the alley-oop.
And how about this? A whole new 5 on the floor now for Jeff Gardner. You got Jack Allen, who just came in. And you also had Isaac Brockbank just come in. So a whole new 5 on the floor now for Jeff Gardner.
Yeah, a lot of new players for Corner Canyon. We're going to see if they're going to be able to utilize with some of Skyridge's starters being out, so they make this game a bit closer in the final seconds of the first.
Well, they definitely did do it there. Great pass from Mansfield to thread the needle to Colin Sheffield, and he is fouled with 6.6 left here in the first quarter in a 17-9 game. Sheffield will head to the line. Second team foul called against Corner Canyon. The first free throw is no good. Second shot is also no good. Kozlowski trying to chase down the rebound and went off on Mansfield. And wait a minute. The referees are going to say that it went off. It looks like they're going to say it went off of Kozlowski. Dan Lunt was hopping mad down the sideline. Didn't like the call. As Gardner's going to bring his whole 5 back on the floor.
To watch for a quick play right here.
It comes to Holland with Thor, with 3, with 2. Can he get it off? He does! Rolls around and goes in at the buzzer! And Nick Holland gets on the score sheet as Skyridge gets off to a blistering start. They lead by 10 as we enter the second quarter of play, Amrine. You talk about coming out with a purpose. Skyridge has done so tonight.
No, and I really liked what Coach Gardner did right there. Took out those players that were getting the starting 5 a bit more rest. Get one more play in, get it on the court. I think that helped set the tone for the second quarter.
We'll have to see if Dan Lunt makes any changes on the other side of the timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this message from WGU. You're watching coverage of Skyridge basketball Game Night Live Rewind here on KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports. Well, apologies, folks. We're having some technical difficulties. We're not going to get to our commercial timeout there, but we're going to start the second quarter as Corner Canyon trails by 10. That'll be Skyridge's ball to start the second quarter. Nice cut to the basket. There it is. Another backdoor basket for Colby Carter. 21-9 in favor of Skyridge. Out front, here's Burriston. Neibauer, across it comes to Roberts, back to Burriston. Inside the 20-foot line, that's no good. And the rebound by Carter. Here's Davis, back to Holland. Matched up here against Jackson Roberts. 7:10 left here in the second. Gets the screen out from Bailey. Behind the screen, tries another 3. Knocks it down! What a starter for Skyridge, 24-9. And Nick Holland is 5 points.
Yeah, good 3 right there by Nick Holland from the top of the key. Just get that little screen, little space. Take the shot when you can get it.
Farrell drives against Bailey. And Staley back to Roberts. Burriston drives into the paint, back out. Staley open, look for 3. And a much-needed basket there for the Chargers.
Yeah, that was a misassignment right there by Josh Davis. He got a little hasty, tried to get the ball, let the guy just run to the baseline for the 3, and worked out for Corner Canyon.
Bailey against Farrell, who has 4 already. Bailey turns, jump hook in the lane. 6 now for Bryce and Bailey, 26-12 with under 6 to go here in the second.
Do you think that 1-inch advantage helped him right there get that shot?
More than likely. We looked at him before the game. He definitely does not look 6'9", as Burriston cannot convert on the layup. Here comes Carter. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Funny right there on that play. Colby Carter wasn't looking for anyone else except his man, Nick Holland. You want to get the ball to him, let him control the offense. It doesn't work out for them on that one.
Snowdy missed the three as Staley grabs the rebound. And Roberts now holding out front with just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. Farrell back to Burriston. Here's Roberts. Thought about it. Steps into the paint. Kicks it back out. Neibauer open look for three. Too strong. And Holland with the rebound. Holland charging ahead down the lane, trying to find Bailey, and it's stolen away by Staley. Here come the Chargers back the other way. And Staley will reset from out front. Lob on the block. Farrell, pass deflected. And stolen away eventually by Davis.
The one thing I've noticed already in the second quarter, the pace has toned down a lot. Whenever Skyridge has gotten the ball, I'm sure this is something that their coach told them, slow down. This is a 4-quarter game, all right? The game's not over at the end of the first. Whenever they've gotten the ball, they take it out slowly, wait for their guys to get in position, and then go on the offensive attack.
Well, their offense is firing on all cylinders right now as Snowdy hits his third three of the half. And a timeout is immediately signaled for by Dan Lunt with 4:09 left to go here in this first half. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. We'd like to remind you KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports and Skyridge Basketball and Game Night Live Rewind is presented in part by WGU. You can make 2022 your year with a degree from WGU. And their new Year of You scholarship. This can make getting a degree more affordable. You can apply for this $2,500 scholarship at wgu.edu. Now you can study at your own pace with WGU, online, accredited, and affordable. .409 left here in the first half, a 17-point lead for Skyridge. And kind of to your point there, Amrine, that Skyridge offense is firing on all cylinders right now, and that's because they're moving well without the ball.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the keys. You don't have to run around the court to get the ball around, pass the ball around, get your players involved, and honestly, that's going to wear out the other team more than you think so. Like, if you run around, of course, they're going to try to keep track of you, whether it's switching off zones or playing man-to-man, but mentally, that's going to wear players out. That's going to get them thinking, okay, whose assignment is this? Is that my assignment? Is that your assignment? They can get the players frustrated. It's a little bit of a mental game as well.
Under 4 minutes left here in the first half, 29-12 in favor of the Skyridge Falcons. Kenyon Snowdy right now has 9 points, 3 of 4 from the three-point line as that backdoor pass is stolen away by Roberts. Kick out, Kozlowski, open look, three-pointer. And Toombs is called for climbing over the back.
It's a shame right there they can't score in that fast break. Whenever they've held the ball, Quarter Canyon, I think, has had a harder time scoring than when they just get off on those fast breaks. On the other side of the ball, Skyridge tried something where they try to do a little dish underneath to Snoddy from Bryce and Bailey. That's how they scored their first 2 layups of the game. Unable to get it that time, but keep on trying it, you know. Keep some variety in this game.
Nick Holland gets to the basket, count it plus the contact. As this is now a 19-point lead for the Skyridge Falcons with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Nick Holland now has 4 points. Bailey has 6. Colby Carter has 3. And Kenyon Snowdy has 9 to lead the Skyridge Falcons as Holland completes the old-fashioned 3. Toombs to the basket is fouled by Colin Sheffield.
You know, and there's certain teams in basketball that one of their skills is their ability to draw fouls. That's just really part of the game. It might not be the most exciting part of the game, but in a game like this where, you're down 20 now, you're going to need to be able to draw those fouls to get the game closer if you're not having that much offensive production.
You know, to your point, as Toombs made the first free throw just now, Alex, Tyler and I were talking about this when Corner Canyon was playing Copper Hills about 2 weeks ago. When you're not in rhythm, even the easy ones aren't falling, but clearly The easy ones fell there, so hopefully that gets the Chargers in a little bit of a rhythm.
And sometimes that's what you need. Just a little break. Just take a mental break. Get yourself reset. Just reset the score in your mind 0-0. You're not down 20.
Bailey with the offensive board there. Comes back out. And a fresh possession here for the Skyridge Falcons. Apologies if you heard the commercial overlap our audio just now. We're having some technical difficulties, like we said. Here's Holland off the curl to the basket. And a late whistle as a foul is called down on the baseline. Foul's going to be called against Jackson Roberts, his second, team 6th against Corner Canyon, and that'll put Nick Holland at the line where he has 5. .251 left here in the first half. Holland's first shot is too strong.
A lot of time tonight so far been spent on the free throw line. No surprise, we knew this was going to be an aggressive game. We know how badly the players want it. Like we talked about Corner Canyon, they want to break that 2-game losing streak. Skyridge wanted to keep that going. They're going to try to keep that momentum going.
33-14 with 2:48 as Holland goes 1 for 2. He now has 6. Taylor Harris, the sophomore, just checked in for Corner Canyon. Toombs to the high post, kicks it back out. Staley wide open for 3. And Bailey goes up for the rebound. Got it stolen away, though. And how about that by Max Toombs not giving up on the play there, Amrine? My word.
That was all Max Toombs. That was some beautiful play right there. He drove it in. I think he had 3 players on him. Dishes out to Tyler Harris, who misses a 3. He gets up, gets the rebound, and is able to score. That was all Max Toombs. Beautiful play.
And that's definitely one player who's definitely reset the score in his head right now. Here's Bailey. He gets it stolen away, and look who did it. Here's Toombs. Here he comes. And he eventually draws the foul on the other end.
Yeah, I don't know how much he had to draw that. That was pretty blatant. Arm across the chest. You're going to get that 9 times out of 10. Got it right there. Max Toombs, maybe he's feeling the heat that they're down a little bit. Whatever it is, it's working.
Needs to keep it up, that's for sure. 2 minutes left here in the first half. Here's Harris. Calling out the play from out front. Thought about the 3, kicks it into the corner for Staley. Toombs off the curl, gets to the basket, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound taken out by Carter. Here comes Holland, into the corner. Snowdy, another 3. Left it short. Carter goes up for the offensive board, but he gets it ripped away from him by Staley. Here's Toombs the other way. Dribbles into the corner. Staley, wide open 3. No, offensive rebound. And the layup, and the putback, and the foul for Ty Neibauer. Wonderful effort on both ends of the court by Corner Canyon.
Yeah, I think Colby Carter got called for the foul right there. I think he was getting a little frustrated. I saw him the other way when they're fighting for the ball. He actually gave, I believe it was, not sure who it was who got the rebound on the other side. Forgive me for that. But he gave the player a little elbow. I think he's just getting a little frustrated that Corner Canyon is starting to get some momentum right here.
Some much needed momentum too. 1:28 left here in the first half. They were down earlier by 20. And now an offensive board for Neibauer. Back to Toombs. Steps into a 3. Nicked the rim, no good. And if I'm being honest here, Amrine, it looked like he forced out a little bit.
Yeah, I think he had a bit more time than he thought to get himself settled. Not as much arc on it as you'd like to see. Max Toombs has been so productive on the offensive side of the ball. That's not really characteristic of him.
On the other end, we got a foul called here against Ty Neibauer. That is his first, team 7th. And so with that, the Skyridge Falcons will be in the 1+1 bonus the rest of the way with 72 seconds left here in the first half. And Davis rattles in the first. 34-18 Skyridge. Their largest lead in this game has been 20. Second shot, no good. Toombs with the rebound. Here's Harris. Harris off the screen, drives down, into the paint, puts it up, rattles out, but we're gonna get a foul. And that foul is going to go against Nick Holland, and that will put the Chargers now in the 1-1 bonus. Harris' first shot is no good. You know, one thing that's interesting, Amrine, I'm noticing, we have not seen Jaden Farrell for about the last 2, 3, 4 minutes of this first half.
Yeah, and obviously Skyridge is just a very aggressive team. It's not super surprising that they've had a bit of an advantage over him. I think Coach Dan Luntz is just making some changes. One thing I was going to say, on the defensive side of the ball, you see how you get 2 or 3 Corner Canyon players going for that rebound. I'm sure during one of the last timeouts, he said, hey, this is about fundamentals. Who's going to get the ball, all right? Who wants it more? This is one of those games when you're behind by a lot. It comes down, if you want to put up a fight, you're going to have to show it.
38 seconds left, and this will likely be the final possession of the first half. Kenyon Snowdy has 9 points to lead all scorers here in the first half. Nick Holland has 7. And interesting that Snowdy's 9 points have all come from beyond the crosswalk. Clock down to 15. Bailey pops out to the top.
Yeah, it's going to drain down this clock. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to give Bryce and Bailey a little one underneath the post.
Holland, crossover with 4. Pass stolen by Staley with 1. This will count if it goes. It will not. And that's the end of the first half. As it ends with Corner Canyon and Skyridge here at the first half break, here at the first intermission, 34-19 in favor of the Falcons. And we talked about how Amrine Skyridge was a very aggressive team. They were definitely that in the first half.
Yeah, no, really good play. It'll be interesting how some second half adjustments might affect. We talked with Coach Gardner about how last week they got off to a really good start against against Lone Peak, excuse me. Lone Peak made a fight up in the end, but then they were able to have a last little push to extend that lead and end up beating Lone Peak. He was having a bit of a rough go at this season. We'll talk a bit more about what's going on around the region. Corner Canyon as well. They were down by a lot against Copper Hill. They were a bit closer. We'll see how Skyridge possibly letting up, if that stays consistent. Hopefully not on their side of the ball. If that stays consistent, and Corner Canyon's ability to stay mentally tough, if that'll play into a second half comeback.
Interesting to see what adjustments are going to be made at the halftime break. We are now at the intermission here at Skyridge High School. The score at the break are the Skyridge Falcons 34 and the Corner Canyon Chargers 19. We'll take a break for halftime across the network, and we'll be back with some halftime stats, thoughts, some scores from around the region, as Alex Amrine stated, and we'll be back for the start of the second half. You're watching Skyridge Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind. This is part of KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports. Welcome back to Skyridge High School here in Lehi, Utah. You see the score 34-19 in favor of the Skyridge Falcons here at halftime over Corner Canyon. Rejoined here on GNL Rewind by Alexander Timop alongside our broadcast partner, Alex Amrine. And Alex, what we saw in the first half was akin to what Jeff Gardner told us before the game. They couldn't get into a track meet. They had to make Corner Canyon play against their defense. They went out and they did that in the first half, much to perfection, I think.
Yeah, they've certainly done really well. You know, the first quarter didn't go super well for Corner Canyon thanks to those defensive those schemes that Coach Gardner was talking to us about. The second quarter didn't go much better for Corner Canyon. They finally started to play a bit more aggressive underneath the hoop and underneath the rim, and I think that started to work. They started to get more time with the ball. I think that's something that we're going to continue to see Dan Lunt implement into his team this second half. But it's going to take one heck of a comeback to overcome the Skyridge team that's on a roll right now.
And they certainly are on a roll right now. I mean, but that doesn't certainly mean Corner Canyon's out of the game, because Lone Peak was down by 12 on Tuesday. They chipped it down to a 2-point or a 4-point game with under 3 minutes left in the ball game. So this by no means is over yet, Alex Amrine.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I'm interested to see which offensive players are going to, take that stance. I haven't seen one player in Corner Canyon that's really turning heads saying, oh, that's the guy, that's the offensive guy. Will it be Max Toombs? That's who I'm putting my money on. You saw a bit of life in him come really at the end of that second quarter. So it should be exciting for second half, better than the first.
And off we go here in the second half. It'll be the Chargers to take the first possession. Underneath, Farrell gets the basket, and a late whistle is called against Bryce and Bailey. That'll be the first on Bryce and Bailey, team first here in the second half. It'll send Jaden Farrell to the line. And his first free throw is good. (34-20).
Not a bad way to start the second half, going to the line.
And we're hearing a whistle in the background coming from the stands.
Yeah, I thought that was a ref stopping play, but it doesn't look like it did stop. But
that's the second time, I think, Amrine, we've heard that here in this game. Hopefully someone gets over there to take care of that, because that's definitely not allowed.
Yeah, that'd be really unfortunate if that was someone in the Skyridge student section. Not very sportsmanlike.
Well, that is a whistle against Skyridge for a travel against
right
Josh Davis.
Yeah, it looked like Josh Davis got himself a little settled, thought about it, then kept on going. I think he knew as soon as he started to get going that was a travel.
7:19 left to go here in the third. Into the corner, here's Toombs. Drives against Davis, reverse. Can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound, and the putback by Brody Kozlowski. And this is the closest Corner Canyon's been all night. It's a 12-point game now with 7 left here in the third.
Yeah. Good job by Brody Kozlowski, not giving up, not automatically thinking, oh, Bryson Bailey's going to get this. No, he went up and got the rebound and was able to get those easy points.
Here's Bailey off the cut, and an offensive foul against Bryson Bailey. And that gets the Charger bench up and roaring here, as with 6:44 left here in the third, Dan Lund's team starting to feel a bit of a momentum shift here.
Yeah, Bryson Bailey tried to play that off like it was just a little bit of a defensive foul, but I think you could definitely see the push off that he was trying to get on Tyler Burtson.
Toombs in the corner, matched up against Davis. Farrell has the mismatch, but instead it comes back to Burriston. Here's Roberts again, into the block, and we're going to get another foul for a block out called against Davis. And we're only 90 seconds into the third quarter, and already 3 team fouls called against Skyridge. And that's got to make Jeff Gardner a little concerned here, because the same thing happened against Lone Peak on Tuesday, Alex.
Yeah, no, and it's kind of interesting to see. It doesn't seem like, I don't know, a lot of changes are made. You know, usually you want to switch it up a little bit to make it a bit unpredictable for the other side of the ball, but it looks like they're keeping the same style of defense. You can really tell Corner Canyon's trying to get a triangle offense going. Doesn't work out right there as he gets the steal.
Here's Holland the other way, Carter. And they'll reset from out front as Jeff Gardner calls out the play to our far side. Bailey had 6 in the first half, Holland at 7. This man right here, Kenyon Snowdy, 14, had 9, all from beyond the property line. He was 3 of 4 for 3 in the first half. Holland, crossover, gets to the paint, floater, got it!
That was some really, really impressive dribbling right there by Nick Holland.
Left a defender in his wake, 36-22 in favor of Skyridge. Into the block, here's Farrell against Snowdy. Drives inside, got it! And I believe we are going to get a flopping warning here. Or are we?
Well, that's what I thought as soon as I saw that.
Yep, and I think that's what the call is going to be. We're going to get a flop or something in the stands here, because the official's coming over to the stands and pointing out somebody here. And I think that might be the reference of what we were hearing earlier with the student blowing the whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like an adult was coming down talking to the ref. Not sure what the issue was. It sounded like the whistle was coming to our left. That little discourse was going on down to our right. Good job by the refs, though, handling whatever it was.
Well, surely we'll hear what the situation was after the game. We can't speculate, obviously. Here's Holland, the crossover. Crosses over again, gets to the paint, kicks it out. Snowdy, another three. Why not? He's feeling it tonight. His fourth three-pointer of the game.
Snowdy made the three, but Holland is putting these defenders on skates. I love what I am seeing right now. It is beautiful basketball, reminding me Kyrie Irving-esque. Another three right there.
Answers back meanwhile. Sorry, Alex. And it's 39-27 with 4.5 left. It really is the Nick Holland show right now. Not scoring-wise, but he's putting it on with his passing. And Snowdy is showing out with 12 points on 4 of 5 from three-point land. Holland spins in the paint, gets it stripped on a foul. It is called against Jackson Roberts.
Yeah,
that is number 3 on Roberts.
I like what we're seeing from Holland. He's just driving into the paint, not afraid that there's guys that are bigger than him. He trusts himself with his skills, able to get the foul right there. Keep on doing it. I like whatever this, this change was. We didn't really see a whole lot of that from Holland in the first half, but I like that change.
Holland steps up and makes the first free throw. He has 8 points now, along with 2 assists. Second shot also good. And it's 9 for Holland and a 14-point lead for the Falcons. 4:10 to go here in the third, and an offensive foul is called against Max Toombs. That's his second.
Yeah, right there in that last one, I think it was Tyler Burtz, and just gave a bit of a shoulder. Unfortunate the ref was right there. That's going to get called.
Bailey on the block, charges in, up and under. What a move to get the shot off and scores it off the glass. 8 now for Bryson Bailey.
Yeah, I like that pullback from Bryson Bailey. Just wait until the play extends, trusting himself in his length, and then getting that nice, easy layup.
And we're going to get a late foul here for a hand check. And it's going to go against Kenyon Snowdy. That's his third now. So Snowdy with 3. On the other side, you have Jackson Roberts, who has 3. And coming back into the game is Isaac Brockbank, with 3.5 minutes to go here in the quarter. 43-27 in favor of Skyridge. Toombs drives down to the block, puts it up off the glass, no good, and a foul. And again, another late whistle. And instead of it being charged against Nick Holland, it'll be charged to Josh Davis, his second. 5 team fouls now on the Falcons. And there it is again. As Toombs misses the first free throw, I don't know if people could hear it, but there's a whistle going off somewhere in the south stands. We can hear it from clear where we are.
We've had quite a few fouls tonight. When I hear the whistles, I'm just assuming it's the ref again, but I think we just heard it again.
Wow. That's new. That's a new one. I've heard of that happening at the NBA level, but not at the high school level. No way. Here's Burriston. Bodied up by Brockbank, gets it over to Harris. Harris thought about it, back to Toombs, now here's Burriston. Back to Kozlowski, pulls the trigger again, leaves it short, and Carter scoops up the board. 2:52 left, 43-28. And we're gonna get another foul away from the ball. It's going to be called against Taylor Harris. And here it is, Amrine. Kenyon Snowdy with the 3 fouls, coming back in with 2:49 to go. Interesting decision there by Jeff Gardner.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he came in. He obviously came out because of the fouls. Maybe he just gave this player a little pep talk saying, hey, keep it clean, don't do anything hasty. He clearly trusts his player and his ability. And that's why we see him out on the court again.
Holland lob for Bailey, couldn't complete the alley-oop.
We almost saw something. We saw something similar in the first half. It was successful for Skyridge in the first half. Not that time.
Toombs gets it on the offensive board from Kozlowski. Back to Harris. He'll reset. Farrell back to Harris. fakes into the paint. Pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay here with 2:25 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I like this defense that Josh Davis is playing down near the baseline. He's given some space and has to draw those passes out to Max Toombs, but he knows right when that pass is going to come. Then he puts out, extends the arm, able to make the play right there. Keep this Corner Canyon offense on their toes, not knowing if their passes are going to be complete.
And a bad pass on a turnover as Harris gets called on a block out against Nick Holland. The bucket will not count to stop the fast break. Mason Hunter comes back in for the Falcons. The 14th foul called against Corner Canyon in this half. Off the curl, Holland had the look but couldn't control the pass. Here comes Kozlowski, one dribble, couldn't step into the three. Cross court to Neibauer. Neibauer against Holland, goes up strong, banks it up and in. 43-30 with 2 minutes left here in the third. Neibauer with his first points of the game. And Holland will reset from out front. Dribbles through the staggered screen, gets all the way in, blocked by Farrell, and he is fouled from behind. And they're gonna get Farrell on the follow through, and that's now Jaden Farrell's third foul.
Yeah, he had players all over him on that one. He was able to squeeze in between two people at the top of the key. I think those last two defenders were saying, okay, they got through two of our players. I don't want to be embarrassed by him too.
Holland misses the first. Davis comes back in opposite Tate Staley coming back in for the Chargers. Notable here, Tate Staley, the son of former BYU running back and a Doak Walker Award winner Luke Staley. I'm sure that's a name a lot of BYU fans remember.
Oh, as a BYU fan myself, I've seen plenty of his highlights. I wasn't really a football watcher when he was playing. Wasn't quite here yet, but I've seen some plays.
Timeout. Hold on. As Kozlowski steps into and nails the three. You were not a football watcher when you were younger, and now you watch it? What is this?
Hey, it's an acquired taste sometimes. Most sports are.
Oh, jeez. I guess they are, right? It's not really born in your blood. Brockbank answers back with another corner three. 46-33. And an offensive foul against Tate Staley. As Dan Lunt throws his arms up in frustration on that far sideline. Snowdy and Carter back on the floor. Well, Amrine, Skyridge just had their lead cut to 10 a few seconds ago. That was a big-time answer by Isaac Brockbank with the corner three. And how about again, Nick Holland with the beautiful pass to the corner from the kick.
And that was a great play. I think, sometimes those are kind of just gut punches. They're playing against the Falcons. You know what we call that then? That's a Falcon punch.
Wow. I'm not sure if I heard that one before. That's...
I know, that was pretty terrible. I apologize. I had to say it. I had to say it at least once tonight.
At least you didn't say the score was. Here's Staley in the corner. 32 seconds left here in the third quarter as Corner Canyon will attempt to get this below 13 on the final possession. Harris steps into a three. Off the right rim. Toombs fighting for the rebound. Gets it in the corner. Goes back down. Neibauer drives to the corner. Into the block. Puts it up. No good, but a foul. And Amrine, you brought it up earlier in that second quarter. Max Toombs is giving it his all here tonight. He's not scoring that much, but he's giving it his all with some stuff that you don't see on the stat sheet.
No, and I think that's what makes a great basketball player. You don't always see what makes a great basketball player, a great athlete all the time in games like this when it's a team sport. Sometimes it comes down to setting up those key blocks. We saw it right here. Aside from Max Toombs, one thing I'm noticing, we're getting a lot more coaching assignments just from plays from Coach Lunt. On the missed three by
Jeff
Taylor.
Garner.
Yeah. I really like that play. When you listen to your coach, you're going to get a lot more fluid play. Just it kind of allows you to step back, look at the game, get out of your head a little bit, and play some better, cleaner basketball.
This will be the last possession as we're down to 7. Holland drives off the lane, puts it up, blocked by Taylor Harris. 2 seconds and 1. I don't know if Kozlowski sees it. And his three-quarter court or heave is well short. But at the end of the third quarter, it is Skyridge leading 46-35. And I have to say, Corner Canyon's well within striking distance as we start the fourth.
Oh, I'm excited for this. You were pretty confident in Corner Canyon's ability to be able to come back in the second half. We know just based off of the way that Skyridge has played over these last few games, even though they've gotten good leads, they started to let up a little bit, and Corner Canyon being able to fight back. They're only down by 11. This is going to be an exciting fourth quarter. I'm sure it's going to be the best of the 4 that we're calling here tonight.
We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter in just a moment. We'll be back after this word from WGU.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter between Skyridge and Corner Canyon. This is Skyridge basketball and Game Night Live Rewind. Part of KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports. Alexander Tumulip alongside Alex Amrine here at Skyridge High School. And as a reminder, of course, KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports is presented all season long by WGU, online, accredited, and affordable. And now the PA announcer just made an announcement here in case nobody heard it. Alex and I have been noticing that someone has been blowing an official's whistle at least 3 or 4 times during the night. They just made the announcement over the PA that any artificial noisemakers like that are not allowed. So I'm sure it must have gotten the attention of the official down on the sideline.
Yeah, and pretty much every time it's happened, it's been when one of the Corner Canyon players on the free throw line.
Yep.
I mean, those are simple points that can really get in a player's head, right, as you're getting settled to let the ball release from your hands. It's got to be very annoying. Good thing that they made that announcement.
It's not something we normally talk about on the air, folks, but it has to be said. Here's Davis driving to the paint. Can't bank it home, and it deflected off of Colby Carter, out of bounds. It'll go to Corner Canyon. And this is an opportunity for them to get within single-digit points for the first time in quite a while here, Amrine. They're only down by 11.
Yeah, it's kind of some sloppy play right there by Skyridge, and that's what it comes down to, taking advantage of when you have the ball. Control the controllables. Certain things in basketball, in any sport, are going to be out of your control. But when you have the ball, make the most of it.
Toombs can't make the most of that shot. The rebound by Bailey. Here comes Nick Holland. Holland is 9 here for the Falcons. Back to Carter, open look for 3. Off the left rim and no good, and Toombs the rebound. Toombs charging into the high post, kicks it out, corner, Staley for 3. Long with it, and the rebound to Davis. Here comes Nick Holland. Jeff Gardner calls out the play. Bailey out front, into the corner. Carter tries it again, knocks it down.
Now we saw that same play frequently at the beginning of the first half. It worked for them. They hadn't really gone back to it much. Obviously, it's going back into their playbook. Switch things up a bit, get out of those norms. It works right there. Get some 3.
Harris matched up against Nick Holland. Harris drives in, wild shot, can't get it to go. Back to Kozlowski, tries it again. Leaves it short. Staley gets the offensive rebound. And they'll reset from out front. Neibauer kicks it out. Harris into the high post. Can't pull the trigger. Back to Staley. And now here's Neibauer again against Bailey. Turns, gets the flyby, scoop shot, too strong. Again, another offensive rebound. Staley out. Offensive foul. A lot of missed opportunities there for Corner Canyon as Dan Lunt is looking at the official. Obviously not happy with the call. Skyridge now in the 1+1 bonus the rest of the way with 5.5 left in a 14-point game. Here's Carter. Back to Davis. Snowdy has not scored in almost a quarter and a half of real time. Holland against Roberts. Back out.
They're pressing him high.
Carter behind the screen for three. Got it deflected there. Rebound to Toombs.
I think that was a defensive foul they got away with right there.
Toombs drives in, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound, and again Kozlowski cannot finish it. .442 left to go here in the fourth. Corner Canyon's led by as many, or rather Skyridge is led by as many as 20. Bailey brings the house down! 10 for Bryson Bailey, and the lead is back to 16. And a timeout is signaled for by Dan Lunt.
Yeah, right there. I'm not even sure if that was a designed alley-oop. Bryson Bailey just came in on cleanup crew, and sometimes that's just a gut blow to the other team. When the player misses the shot and they still get something like that, good reason for Dan Lunt to call a timeout. You know, don't let that get into your head. Don't let that affect the play between the next break.
Skyridge Falcons showing off the high flying act right there with the Bailey slam. Bailey now has 10 points in the game. And again, Alex, Nick Holland, when he's not scoring the ball, there is truly no better floor general on the floor right now in this region, I think, than Nick Holland right now.
No, and I was super excited to come and see him play. You know, I'd seen his stat line, seen some of his other footage, but I was excited to see him in person, and I have not been let down at the slightest. He has a really good ability to just make players gravitate towards him. That's going to allow other players to get open, give them more chances, spread the ball around. Right there, you know, it looked like he tried to make the shot, but like I said, Bryson Bailey just on the cleanup crew, keep on extending that lead as we come off timeout right now.
Yeah, Holland is averaging 19 a game. He only has 9, but he's recording just under 7 assists a game. Right now, he has 5 assists in this game, and some of them have come at very key moments when Skyridge has really needed it. And now it's up to the Chargers to respond with 4.5 left here in the fourth quarter. They got it as close as 10 at the start of the fourth. Roberts drives down against Holland, puts up the floater. It goes. 51-37 with 4 minutes and 11 seconds left. Holland the other way, down the lane. Got it stripped and will stay here.
And just while we have a second, I think we need to look at the ref's going to have a word right here. I'll pause my thought.
And over here, I think Dan Lunt's just been given a warning by the umpire. Sorry, Alex, to step on your point there, but I just had to point that out.
Oh, no, you're good. That was more important what I was going to say. I was going to say we need to take a second to appreciate your ability to keep clear of stats. For anyone watching the game and hearing Alex listing off these stats, he's not writing these down. He's just a human computer. I remember the first time I announced it to you, I was like, dude, are you keeping notes on your phone? No, it was all in his head. I don't know how he does it. I told him before this game, I'm going to try to keep stats. No, this is all other Alex right now, not Alex Amrine.
Is there any reason I'm working with a great guy over here?
Hey, we feed off each other's energy, right?
Yeah, we do. We do. It does come natural to those commentators who have that good chemistry, doesn't it? Anyway, 3.5 minutes left to go. As Snowdy is fouled there by Toombs. Toombs goes over to help him up. As Davis gets set to check back in. Toombs commits the foul, his third, team 8th. And as we said, it will be free throws the rest of the way for Skyridge.
Yeah, foul on Toombs right there. Some good sportsmanship, though, offering Snowdy to get off of the court. That's what we like to see.
Well, if you're a Skyridge fan, I know you're at home, Alex, but this has to be this has to be nice to see. At least it's kind of a little bit more of what you would come to expect from a team that Jeff Gardner told us before the game is, you know, these kids are tough and they know how to play the game, and we're seeing it here tonight.
Oh yeah, and like we talked about this multiple times already throughout this broadcast, but there's more than one way to be physical in sports. You know, of course, you can be physically tough right here. Oh, you see Coach run over and get a timeout, get the ref's attention, make the call timeout. But as I was saying, you know, I've been impressed with, you know, sometimes when another team will start to make a comeback, sometimes you can start to get uneasy, you can start to get worried. They just, you know, give it to their guy, Holland, keep on letting Bryce and Bailey do Bryce and Bailey things, and keep on playing that basketball that's allowed them to be on a 5-0 streak right now.
I love how you just put it, too. Jeff Gardner literally was running down the sideline on the far side as I was watching. Like, he probably didn't really care if they had the ball. He was going to get his timeout no matter what.
Once again, the student section doing us the favor of helping us lose our hearing. 1 year earlier, that's my call tonight. End of the night, it's going to be 1 year earlier. I lose my hearing.
As if it wasn't already gone enough after what happened with us at Olympus against Davis back on December 11th.
That was a loud game.
That was a deafening, cacophonous noise.
Yeah, this time
night at Davis High School.
We got the student section on our side. Also looks like we have some quarter canning kids at the other end of the hoop, and we also have a band in here as well.
Holland steps up to the line and converts the front end of the 1-and-1. 3:22 to go, 55-37. Holland rattles in the second. He now has 11 to go with 6 assists. 56-37. Skyridge. Their largest lead in this game has been 20. Burriston for 3. Side rim no good. Punched out. And Holland vacuums it up. Three minutes left here in the fourth as that is poked out of bounds. And Jack Allen will come into the game and he will relieve Bryce and Bailey with 2:57 left here in the fourth. Bailey with 10 points in this one. A very workmanlike night for him. Here's Nick Holland. 11 points and 6 assists. And we're going to get a timeout as Jeff Gardner was not pleased with the way that set was developing.
Yeah, Corner Cannon's playing some really high defense. I think he was frustrated that his players were unable to give Holland some options right there. Holland's already done so much. You could really tell he was getting tired right there. Had the ball stolen from him on the last time they had it before they had to throw in.
It's a full timeout, so we'll take a break and we'll step aside. Back in a moment. You're watching Skyridge Basketball on Game Night Live Rewind, part of KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports.
Jake said these are awesome for studying.
Mine. You shouldn't ever take someone else's medication.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about the dangers of sharing prescriptions.
College wasn't built for me.
It didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Test day's test day. Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of View.
Back here at Skyridge High School. As a reminder, KSL Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of high school sports all throughout the season is presented by WGU, the University of U. Online, accredited, and affordable. Alexander Timolip, Alex Amrine. 2:40 left here in the fourth as Holland gets it stripped from behind by Roberts. Roberts drives in, Euro step, leaves it short, and a foul, and again, another late whistle. And that foul is gonna go against Isaac Brockbank. Well, looking ahead for both teams right now, Pleasant Grove will be coming in to play Skyridge on Tuesday. I'll be here for that one, Alex Amrine, with Colton Potter. I mean, no big deal, right? As Robert steps up, misses the first. It's only going to be the top scorer in this entire class in McCaden Adams for PG coming in here against Nick Holland of Skyridge. What a treat.
You know, honestly, on our drive up here, telling me about that matchup. And to be honest, you were more excited about that matchup than your Atlanta Braves winning the World Series this year.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you.
I'm not talking anything bad about your enthusiasm for the Braves.
No. I know.
All I'm saying is it is going to be a great matchup.
Here's Mansfield to Carter, and they break the press with ease, does Skyridge, and the lead is back to 20 with just over 2.5 to play. Toombs from the high post, no. We're going to get another foul.
Yeah, with just over 2 minutes to go, down 20, I think you're in that mindset now as a Corner Canyon coach. You just want your players to get something going forward, you know? Don't do anything to make the scoreline look worse, per se, but try to get something going they can carry into next week, that you can look at practice and say, okay, this is something we did well. How about we implement this into our game plan for the next time we play?
And they're going to play Lone Peak at home on Tuesday. That game will be on Game Night Live Rewind with a girls-boys doubleheader. That will start at 5:15. The only question is who's going to be on the call for that game. We don't know quite just yet. Toombs goes 1 for 2.
Yeah, we were talking about Lone Peak, historically such a strong team, having a rough go at it. They're trying to break a 2-loss streak tonight against American Fork, who's also in this region. We were actually talking with Coach Jeff Gardner. We asked him if there was really any player or any team that has had size to be able to really match up against Bryce and Bailey, who stands at 6'9". The one team that immediately came to his mind was American Fork. So we'll see if perhaps that height goes into their game against Lone Peak tonight once we get the final results for that one.
Yeah, it will be interesting, won't it, Amrine? I mean, there haven't been a lot of teams that can match up, at least this season, actually, with Skyridge, as far as their size is concerned. As Nick Holland will step to the line, who has currently 11 points and 6 assists. And he now has 12. 59-39 in favor of Skyridge, with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pleasant Grove, by the way, speaking of which, is standing in first place right now in Region 2, only by point difference. So that kind of tells you, Alex Amrine, how competitive this region actually is. I mean, the records don't really kind of show just how competitive this region is going to be this year.
Yeah, no, and it's historically a bit different season. It's got to be exciting for, you know, some of these other teams who have always looked up at Lone Peak as kind of like the giant. And now you have those off years. Now it's an exciting time to say, okay, now this is our year. What a special time for these players who are going through school at this time. They have the opportunity to win this region.
Holland now has 14 points as Colby Carter will check out for the final time here tonight, up 61-39. Second shot by Holland, also good. He now has 15, and now he will get the curtain call. Toombs, meanwhile, gets the friendly roll on the other end, and we're going to get a timeout signal for by Corner Canyon, down 62-41. Toombs, by the way, now has 4 fouls. And with a minute 41 left to go, it's a 30-second timeout, or rather a minute 49 to go, so we'll keep it here.
Yeah, at that timeout, I'm going to be curious to see if he's going to make any substitutions on the Corner Canyon side. If he's going to keep his players in, perhaps just get them a bit more confidence going into the week forward with their game next Tuesday.
Well, the interesting thing about Skyridge, as we're continuing to talk about the Falcons here, Amrine, Skyridge has won 5 in a row, 7 of the last 8 coming into this. Their 2 losses were by a combined margin of 5 points. So, like Jeff Gardner said, I mean, these kids are tough and they compete from start to finish. There really is no easy way around it. As we're going to get a foul down here in the corner on Jackson Roberts. That's now his 4th personal foul. Brody Kozlowski, Jaden Farrell, Tyler Burstyn all standing by ready to check in. As Isaac Brockbank will head to the line, 1:47 left at a 62-41 game.
You know, I was unsure if Corner Canyon's going to be able to come back and win this game, but I thought they were going to make it a bit closer. You know, we talked about how 2 of their losses have been just a combined, I think, 5 points. And so I thought it might have been one of those games. I made a false promise. I feel like I need to apologize to viewers. It is a former apology from Alex Amrine. To anyone who may have been upset at my false call saying this might have been a close game in the 4th quarter.
I think I better apologize too on that one. Here's Burstyn, long 3, no good. And the pass ahead, Mansfield ahead of the pack, goes up, no good. But he does draw the foul as Toombs goes to help him up. And I think that is number 5 on Max Toombs.
Yeah, there's nothing more that I love than perhaps a good basketball game and some good sportsmanship.
And it is indeed his 5th. And a mass sub coming in here for Skyridge.
Looks like that's Tate Mansfield is coming on. Number 21, as long as 3 others.
You have Cannon Jensen coming in, Cy Hansen coming in, you have Tate Van Coleman coming in, and you have Jordan Kohler coming in. So all the Frosh will get their playing time here tonight as Jeff Gardner will empty the bench with 94 seconds left here in the game. And Tate Mansfield will head to the free throw line. First shot is too strong. (64-41) in favor of Skyridge. Second shot, that one is good. And Mansfield out. And Jordan Kohler in, so all the young guys are in here with 94 left here in the game. And opposite for the Chargers, they've also emptied their bench. Here's Staley, back out. Here's Donovan Averett. Here's Everest Romney, back to Staley. Pass kicked off the leg of the defender. Harris goes up and he gets blocked by Allen.
And for anyone who's curious about other regional scores, American Fork just won against Lone Peak 37-36 in the final 3 seconds of the game with a layup. That game was also coming on to you from Gay Rewind.
Wow.
If anyone just tunes into this game, you just missed a big finish.
Wow.
So that's now Lone Peak's 3rd straight loss. American Fork is now probably going to move above them in the region standings. They were sitting at last, just below Lone Peak. They'll trade places now.
And folks, just so you know, we were watching that live. We were indeed watching that finish live just now. As Cannon Jensen goes to the line and hits the first. 66-41. Wow. That is a big-time upset. So Lone Peak now on a 3-game losing streak. And American Fork gaining some momentum as Neibauer goes to the paint and hits the fall away. 67-43. Jensen will pull it back out. It's a poke to the backcourt. No backcourt violation here. Jensen, the lob. Allen will just pull it back out. And Gardner says, call off the dogs. That's it. And they will dribble it out.
It's never over till the fat lady sings. I think it's been over for a while, but we just heard the student section, maybe this stadium's version of the fat lady singing right now, as the clock is going to run out.
It will run out, and the Skyridge Falcons will go to 4-0 in region play. They are all by themselves in first place. And yes, folks, it will be Pleasant Grove Skyridge next Tuesday for first place in Region 2.
Well, it's a pretty interesting game. I think we learned a lot about these two teams. You know, still early on in region play. I think that the battlefield, if you will, has been settled a bit more. We know who's going to be at the top of this league, who's going to be at the bottom.
Skyridge picks up their 12th victory of the season. And Corner Canyon has now lost 3 of their last 4. They fall to 10-5, 1-2 in the region. Skyridge 12-2, 4-0 in region play.